Greetings, YouTube viewers. I had a dream like 3 days ago, and it was the assassination of the Pope. I'm not really into Catholic or follow the Pope like that. Why I had a dream assassination of the Pope, I have no idea. So in this dream, came into the dream, it's a sanctuary, and I'm facing the sanctuary. Pew on that side, pews on this side. There's a pathway in the middle. Out of the blue, there were some tables on left side. This guy has him a bottle cocktail, and the Pope was in no direction. It wasn't in the vicinity when he threw the Movada cocktail. I guess he was trying to start the uproar. And when he threw it, it hit the table. The table caught on fire, and he himself caught on fire too. He ended up dying, and he burned to death under the table. No one got up. The fire went out on its own, and they just left him there. And I was like, wow. Then there was another attempt. So right behind me, it had the setting of a fireplace. Only it wasn't a fireplace, so the fireplace was in the middle, but the setting of a fireplace, and it was like big square structure, and you could go you could wing it. And there was a Pope white, and I'm not sure if they was doing like a communion. So the table was all set up, and he was at the back table, and another guy tried to run towards him, but the guards, a group of people, like grabbed him before he could get to the Pope, and they arrested him, detained him. Where they took him, I have no idea. Then I'm on the left side of the pew, so I'm sitting down, so I'm facing this way where the Pope was at the table. Then all of a sudden, the dream switch, and then I hop like right in front of the fireplace area. Here's Jason Statham. If you don't know who Jason Statham is, he played in the movie Killer Elite, and he played in Transporter 1, 2, and 3, in The Name of the King. He's a great martial artist as well. I think he's like England or something like that. I had no idea why he was in the dream, but I like him as an actor. He's a great actor. And so I had a metal staff in my hand, a silver, and at the end of the staff, it looked like asparagus, only it was just the outlining of it. And he had like a black raw staff in his hand, and he was holding his like this. So when I came to that part, and right there in front of the sanctuary, we did a little I guess a test of skill. Bum 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 bum. And then I spun the staff around, and I came like this. And if I was outside with my video, then I would show you with my own bow staff on how I tore it. But and then I smirked at him, and I had no doubt in my mind that I could beat him. But he was very skillful though, and he was looking at me like, why are you fighting me? I don't know why I was fighting him. I mean, it was just like a test of skill. So they took him away, and he was like shocked, like, what are you doing? Is the look he gave me in his eyes. So next thing you know, I went back to go sit down. This lady walks up to me. She's wearing a robe, like a monk robe, and she's white. She got brown hair. Her hair is like in a bun. And she walks up to me slow, and she says, "You're gonna assassinate the Pope." And then she walks away, and I'm thinking to myself, what? I don't want to assassinate the Pope, And that's what I'm thinking to myself. And I had like a Gerber tool with me. A Gerber tool, a lot of military personnel, mechanics use it. It has like 2 different knives on there, a flathead, a Phillips, even a sander and pliers all in one. So I took that out my waistband, and I set it on the floor, and she gave me like a knife. Like before I sat down, it looked like a eagle's claw, and it was like real, like small, and and the blade, it was just the handle part, and then the blade would flip out, and I put that in my waistband. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh man. So I got up, I went outside. There's a guy standing outside with no shirt. He's looking through the window, the door of the sanctuary. Then there's another guy sitting down. I got on my knees. I started praying, but I was praying to myself, because I didn't want them to hear me what I was saying. And I was like, Lord, I don't want to assassinate the Pope. Why she telling me to assassinate the Pope? Lord, I don't want to assassinate the Pope. I don't have no dealing. I don't got nothing to do with that. He didn't offend me. I don't want to assassinate him. And, I started crying. I wiped my tears, before I go back inside. And the line of people was only 2 people left, and there was a guy up there. He's crying. He's on his knees. He's praying. The Pope came to pray for him. Then it was my turn to come up there. I'm like, oh man. So I started crying on my way walking up there, because I didn't know if they wanted me to assassinate the Pope, in front of all these people. And I'm like, man, I'm sitting there crying, and then I got on my knees, and I laying on the ottoman. I felt his hands on my back, and I had got injured overseas. So so my back, I hurt my back overseas. So he put his hands on my back, so I felt him touch my back in the dream. Sometimes I think my dreams are like dreams and visions, because I can feel feelings sometimes in there. So I felt his hands on my back, and I'm crying. After he prayed, got up. There was a doorway behind him, a little hallway, and then another doorway to another room, which was the area he would go to. So I went to that room, and they was sitting him in a chair. The chair was like decorated with gold and stuff. He was wearing all white, and this Pope was like super old. He had skin hanging all down his neck. He looked like he was in his 80s, and he don't look nothing like the new Pope. I seen the new Pope, before I walked over to the Pope, there was a desk, and there was a gentleman sitting at the desk like he was in charge of something. He had on a gray suit, and he had like short, like brown hair, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, is that the Antichrist? But I only saw a side frame of him. I didn't see him like front face, and I'm like, that's what I thought to myself. I was like, is that the Antichrist? Who is he? He got all up off of his desk like he was angry or something, but I couldn't hear his voice. So I went over to the Pope. These guys, these security guards are all in on it, and some of the people in the sanctuary, because these first 2 attempts, no one did anything. There was no uproar or nothing. So I'm like, wow. I ran to the front of the sanctuary because I didn't want to assassinate the Pope. So they went try to pin it on me. Next thing you know, I spent 2 minutes. That guy with the suit came out. The Pope is dead. The Pope is dead. Then after that, I asked the lady, where's your prison or whatever. The name starts with a B. I said it twice after I woke up out of the dream. So I don't know the name of it, but they have a name for their little prison. There's like an underground prison area or whatever in the Catholic Church. Now, and I never been in no Catholic church, but I know there's prison at the home base, and there's an underground area. Just like the White House got underground tunnels, so there's a Catholic church. So she ended up showing me where it's at, and ended up passing this huge lady who was pregnant, passed by her in the hallway, and then the lady that was taking me to their underground thing, she said, you need a wheel to spin it down. So I guess, someone else holds the wheel to the underground secret passage. It was almost something like Assassin's Creed. Those of you that ever played Assassin's Creed, but it was something like that. But when I went down there, there's a shower to the right. I saw Jason Statham, but everyone was naked. I don't understand that part. But I wasn't sure at first, but it was like 4 people taking a shower, and it was like pews over here, people are sitting down, naked. And then when I went in between the pews, this lady, she tried to come on to me, she wanted to have sex, and we went into the stall, and she got all up on the stall. Now she's naked. Now I'm about to close the door, and there was another lady. She was looking over, like, what are you doing? Oh, you're not supposed to be doing that. So I came out of there, and that's like Jezebel. I've been having a lot of Jezebels, and Delilah's chase me. Man, boy, I gotta be like Joseph and run. So that's let me know that's what she represents, and because they want to drag me into that lifestyle, and I can't do that. I can't. And then after that, this dude out of nowhere, the dream switch. I'm still down in underground thing. This dude is naked. Now I had the upper hand on him, leaning over the pew, and I'm like this. I got one hand on his throat, and one hand is on his throat, and I got his other hand between the pew. So I'm twisting his hand like this, but he's facing me. And he had his legs around my waist, but he wouldn't let me go. And why he was attacking me, I don't know. And he looks over to his right, and he tell one of the other guys on there to help him. All of them had like some little book in their hand, like it was like they couldn't talk or nothing. And so they were sitting down, and the dude didn't help him. So I slowly twisted this dude's arm slowly so he could let go. Now he had a lot of strength, but I could beat him though because I had the upper hand. And I ended up like breaking his finger, and after that, the space came between us, and then he was looking at the guy, that was sitting down that didn't help him, and he was mad because the dude didn't help him. So I was like, wow. So that was a dream I had, and that was like pretty crazy. So I don't know if there's really gonna be like 2 attempts on the Pope, and then the third one, the third attempt on the Pope, he was assassinated in my dream. So that was a dream I had, and thanks for watching.